This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Pursue Fitness Sportswear, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dean Whyte. Dean, how are you keeping?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well. Obviously, it's good to hear you're doing well yourself. Obviously, down here today for the Lomachenko Loma-Campbell Open workout. Just talking about your thoughts and seeing Vasil in the ring there.
Do you know, he got a brilliant reception. You know what we've got here in the UK, we've got the best set of fans. And you saw the reception he got. Do you think we could go to America and get that kind of reception, or Ukraine, or anywhere in the world? You're not going to get nothing like what you got today. You know what I mean? So we've got the best set of fans, and you saw the reception he got today. But he's a special talent. So, you know, and they can appreciate that because they're true boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? What
was your thoughts when you saw him doing a little tennis ball trick and the juggling, etc.?
Do you know what? I've seen it quite enough. Not to like to say I'm tired of it, but I've seen it enough. It's actually a hard thing to do. It's quite impressive. He does quite a lot of stuff that's quite impressive, and that is unique to his style of. I saw him doing kickboxing, high kicks, low kicks. You know, he does so much stuff different. His head movement, the drills he does. Listen, he's someone who's got an amazing amateur record. You know, I think he lost only one or something like that out of 400 fights, and he revenged that about 3 times. So listen, he is someone who is a beast. What we've got on Saturday night is we've got the battle of the Olympians. And, you know, they both won gold medals. They've both done great in their careers. But this is a big ask for Campbell. Let's not make no bones about it. The task at hand is a super huge task. Do you know, I'm going to be rooting for him as an English guy. As a UK fighter, I'll be rooting for him. But it is a hard task. Lomachenko, you know, I don't know, man. I don't want to put any bad words in him, but he is just such a unique talent. You know what I mean? Listen, all he can do is go there and do the best. I'm sure he's going to have expectations of himself to try and do as best as he can. He's quite rangy. He's got a long jab, so maybe he can use that and try and do something. But I was speaking to Krella. You couldn't ask no one better to ask what his thoughts were, because he fought him, he came up short. But listen, I keep that to myself because I don't want to upset anyone. But what I'm saying is, he's in for a hard night on Saturday night. But listen, the fans, I'm sure, are in for a great fight on Saturday night.
How do you see the fight playing out?
You sod.
You thought you got away with it, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried to. Do you know what? He's a good talent, but listen, I believe Lomachenko is gonna go to the body early, and he's gonna wear him down, and he's just gonna win. I'm very sorry about that. I'd like him to win, you know, but I think Lomachenko's gonna do the damage.
People put Lomachenko in that pound-for-pound bracket. In your opinion, is he the best fighter in the world?
I'm not sure. He's only had 13 fights. He's still got a lot to do. I think Terence Crawford is right up there for me. You've got Canelo is up there. He's had a hell of a lot of fights, a lot of experiences. Who else is up there? You've got Earl Spence Jr. You've got a lot of good boys. I put Terence up there because Terence has beat a lot of boys. Terence was undisputed champion at his division. So I don't see how they're putting Lomachenko ahead of Terence Crawford, Bud. You know, but listen, this is boxing. He is a special talent, and so is Bud. But for me, I'd go with them. There's a lot of good boys out there, but those are the ones I'd look to call out at the minute.
And to work for the rest of the card, Hughie Fury with his first fight with Matchroom against Alexander Povetkin. A very good fight. Your thoughts on
that? Is a very good fight. Not a lot of people are talking about it. It might be the dark horse of the night. You know, what you've got is Hughie Fury, who's a very good mover, good jab, flicks his jab a lot, moves. He's not the most powerful puncher, but he can do the rounds quite comfortably, moves well. And what you've got is a former Olympian, former world title holder in Povetkin, and he's a handful. He goes to the body well. He slips off the line and throws that left hook very well. He's got a lot of power. I think it's a hard night, but he can do it with his style potentially. But what I know is that guy Povetkin is a danger. He was a danger in there against Joshua, busted up his nose. He ironed out Pulev, who Hughie lost to. So stars make fights. Let's see come Saturday night, but I think that's going to be a hell of a fight come Saturday night, and just the fans need to tune in.
And Joe Cordina, another British lightweight. How do you see his fight with Gavin Gwynn going? A lot of expectation on Joe to proceed onto and to go on to bigger and better things.
Do you know what? Joe is Cordina. I like Joe. Me and him's a good pals and that. You know, I've seen him on the set a long time. I really want him to do well because, like I said, he's someone I actually get on with, genuinely get on with. And I hope he does it. I'm not too sure about the gentleman he's fighting, but I hope he does it. He seems to have all the tools in his arsenal to go out there and put on a boxing killer core and do well. That's what I believe.
And Josh Buatsi returns once again at a lot heavyweight. How would you see his fight?
From the ends, man, you know what I mean? Yet again, he's going to step up again for another hard fight. And I'm going to be backing my guy from South London to go and do the damage.
A lot of expectation on Josh's shoulders as well. He would have kept an eye on this weekend's bout between Sergey Kovalev and Anthony Yarde. First and foremost, what was your thoughts on that fight?
On that fight, we've got to congratulate Anthony Yarde. You know, there was a few things that was answered in there. You know, was he world level? I think he showed he's got grit, he's got heart, he's got determination, he's got the chin to be there. And he actually nearly won in the 8th round. So I know Kovalev has gone in there and beaten up other guys and got them out of there. Like Pascal, he's destroyed him twice. And he weren't close to knocking out Kovalev. So we'd have to say that Yarde's at that level. There's few tweak adjustments he's probably going to have to make. I think Kovalev's jab was superb on the night. It was definitely a world-class jab, and that was the difference in that fight. I think Yarde needs to go back, make some slight adjustments, maybe add sparring to his training thing, because they don't spar, and get going, because obviously him gassing didn't help him in that fight. You know, he did pick some really good shots. He put some eye-catching shots. It just wasn't enough. When you look at the stats, the output wasn't enough from him. You know what I mean? And I think if he works on a decent jab, and I think if he went to the body earlier, I said that from a lot of interviews as well. He should have started early to the body. As soon as he went to the body properly, which was in the 7th round, he started to get dividends being earned from those investments in the body. He should have went there earlier.
Tunde Ajayi's trainers coming for a bit of criticism. Do you feel that Anthony should stick with him, or do you think he should be looking elsewhere? That's what a lot of people are saying over social media.
Do you know what? People always say that when people come up short, they start looking at the trainers and looking around for the people to blame. Listen, he just lost to the better man on the night. He was also close, but he just lost to the better man on the night. Tunde, he's very outspoken. I like Tunde and I like Yarde. He's very outspoken. He believes in his guy, and he's just confident that his fighter would have done the job, you know. And he just needs to continue doing that. You got to be. If you don't believe in your guy, then you shouldn't be in the job. And listen, there's no shame. He just needs to hold his head high. They'll come again. They just need to make the right adjustments.
And let's bring Josh Buatsi into that equation. What are your thoughts if Josh Buatsi and Anthony Yarde were to fight at some point in the next year or so?
Do you know what? I think it's still a little way off for Joshua right now for me, just because Yarde's fought at that world level now. You know, that's a valuable experience he's gained now, which he didn't have before. If he had that leading up into that, he might have done better. But I think later down the line, it's definitely going to be an intriguing fight, and I'd love to be there watching it to see who's going to be the winner. Obviously, he's from Croydon, mine neck of the woods, South London. Yarde's from East. It's going to be an interesting contest. But yet again, what you're going to find out is Yarde's at world level. He's going to be competing with guys in and around that kind of circumference there. So let's see. Yarde at the minute is at British level. He's probably going to step up to European level shortly and take the fights what he needs to do to prepare him for world level. So when they meet, he's going to be well prepared, believe me.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of other things as well. Joshua Ruiz announced for Saudi Arabia. What was your thoughts when he was announced for there?
It was a bit of a shock at first, because everyone was saying Cardiff and then it came up. But listen, the money that's on the line for these boys, I understand why Joshua picked it there. If it was at Cardiff, it would be around 30, 40 million, I heard. Now that it's in Saudi Arabia, it would be around 70 to 100 million. So listen, you're not going to argue. The numbers don't lie. So it's just what it is. They've got to play ball. They've given him a bit more money, and now he's ready to play ball. So that's it.
And finally, as your eyes, brother, how is Dillian?
He's very well. He's chilling. He's at home, relaxing, and he's happy.
I know you can't go into too many details, but just on the B sample, a lot of people asking about
really
it.
Talk about it, you know, I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry. I apologise. Yeah.
Dean, it is what it is. But as always, I appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
And it's glad to catch up with you, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for Boxing Social.
Okay, thanks very much.